Hello and a very good evening to all our viewers who are joining me live in this Facebook introduction of News 9, and today I will be speaking about kind of relief that the PUBG players might get, because last week the Indian government had banned 118 Chinese apps which also included PUBG. But now, while the entire gaming community has been upset and pretty vocal about the recent ban on PUBG, we finally have some good news. Well, what is that good news? Well, PUBG Corporation, the original internal gaming brand under Bluehole, has come out with an official statement. So what is that statement which Bluehole came about? Well, according to PUBG Corp, it is aware of the whole situation and is actively looking into the entire issue around the ban. And it is also confirmed that PUBG Mobile will no longer be controlled by Tencent Games in India, and that PUBG Corp will take all publishing responsibilities, and this essentially means that the original South Korean based gaming company is taking over the responsibilities, and we could see the game being unbanned in the country soon. Well, Tencent had reportedly lost 34 billion rupees in terms of market value just a day after the ban on 118 Chinese apps in India, and now this particular move seems to be coming as some sort of a relief. And also, to give us more insights on this particular matter, we have with us my colleague Ashish Parekh joining me live in this interaction. Many thanks for joining me, Ashish. And my first question to you is, do you think that this is a relief to all PUBG players, especially after the ban was announced by the Indian government?
Well, Deepak, I'm not sure if we can call this a relief, but yes, of course, this is something that comes as a positive development given the fact that there have been a lot of apps that have been banned, and two of the most popular apps that have been banned have been TikTok and PUBG. Let's talk about TikTok just to put the PUBG's development into perspective. TikTok has been banned. The company has been trying very hard to talk to the Indian government, try to convince them that the Chinese government is not taking any data from them and all of those developments, but it has not been successful, and there is a stalemate. That means that TikTok's future is uncertain in India, and that is why even they are planning to sell off their Indian operations, as just like they are planning to do that in the United States. Now, similarly, put PUBG into perspective. PUBG Corporation, which is a South Korean company, is something that they have ensured that they stay put as far as the operations are concerned. But having said that, they have stripped in fact the Chinese Tencent of the authorization of running the game in India. That means that they are now trying to convince the Indian government that, look, you had a problem with Chinese interference. You had a problem not with our game, but with the fact that we were associated with a Chinese company. So here we are ready to compromise. We are ready to put aside our Chinese partners just for the sake of making sure that our game is back. Now the ball is in your court. So that is what PUBG Corporation has now done. But the ball is in the Indian government's court now. But having said that, is Indian government really planning to give out to that argument? Is Indian government really was the ban really because it was a Chinese association, or were there furthermore reasons? Yes, on paper the reason that the Indian government has given is that there has been some sort of a user privacy breach, and there is a problem. There's an issue as far as India's sovereignty is concerned, and all of these reasons have been given on paper. But every one of us knows that the Chinese association is what is causing all of the trouble. And despite the fact that it is one of the most popular games in the country, in fact, PUBG has been the most highest earning as far as revenue is concerned in the world, as far as mobile games are concerned.
Now, Ashish, as far as revenue is concerned, how much?
Over 200 billion.
How much does India contribute?
Well, India makes up a majority chunk as far as PUBG is concerned. Now, overall, when you consider it is second only to China. But having said that, when you take into picture this particular year, that is 2020, India has been the highest revenue contributor. In fact, if you take the overall, if you take a look at the overall picture of PUBG, it is the 8th most popular game of all time as far as revenue is concerned. So it is a very huge game, and at the same time, over the past 7 months, it has doubled its revenue, its lifetime revenue, to over $3 billion. So that goes on to show that PUBG does not really completely rely on India. But at the same time, the thing that we need to note is that India is a growing market for PUBG, and esports in India is now at a very nascent stage, but at the same time is picking up really fast, and PUBG is at the forefront of esports in India, and that is why it is a very important development for PUBG, because PUBG had come in when esports weren't really that discussed, and ever since it has come out, a lot of teenagers, a lot of youngsters have taken to esports First they started with PUBG, then they start discovering other games. So it has been on the forefront of esports in India, and now when esports is finally picking up, PUBG does not want to lose out on that opportunity, and that is why it is ready to do anything to come back to India, and at this with the same company, not selling its India operation to someone else, but keeping it within the company, but making sure that the authorization is not given to a Chinese firm, that is Tencent.
Now, Ashish, now PUBG Mobile has said it would engage with Indian authorities to ensure continued services in India. Which who else could be a bigger player in this particular market? Which company will become the local partner in India?
Well, that again really depends on the Indian government and also PUBG Corporation to a level, because remember now PUBG Corporation could possibly decide to take the operation into its own hand. Yes, there has been rumor that Reliance Jio could possibly be a suitable partner because of the fact that it has been on the forefront of a lot of investment, a lot of developments in the country. But at the same time, given the fact that PUBG Corporation really can take a decision as far as itself is concerned, because in US, what happened in US as far as TikTok is concerned is that US government itself asked them to sell it to a non-Chinese firm in order to continue. But here, Indian government has not put any such sort of condition. So PUBG can possibly still continue to have, the operations running. But in case they want an additional support, in case they want, a leverage as far as Indian market is concerned, better strategically planned growth as far as Indian market is concerned, Reliance Jio could possibly be a very good partner, because the rumors were sparked. Now a lot of people are talking about it. I understand the gist of the question. That is the reason why a lot of people are talking about it, is because last year, somewhere around July, Reliance Jio had launched a lot of offers, but that is nowhere concerned to Jio being associated with with PUBG and any such sort of application or game. It was purely on their platform, and they were not just trying to monetize their own platform. But coming back to PUBG, yes, it is again PUBG's choice, PUBG Corporation's choice as to who they want to go on with, or do they want to continue on their own. Because yes, if they partner with someone, they'll have to share the profits as well, and they've come all this way, all this far on their own in India without really partnering with any local company. So when they have reached a stage where they are making huge money, why should they partner with any local firm? Especially when the Indian government has not put any such condition forward. But in case the Indian government, just like the Trump administration says, gives a condition, that an Indian player will have to be involved, then there could be a lot of companies coming into the picture, and Reliance Jio is the front runner as in that scenario, and that is when an Indian company could actually come into the picture. But as of now, looks like PUBG Corporation is deciding to take the matter into its own hand, and does not really look likely that it will actually go ahead and divide its revenue that it's generating.
Also, Ashish, do you think PUBG's request will be ignored like how India has ignored TikTok's request, to restart their operations while, stripping off their connection with China?
Well, going to the fundamentals of these two companies, Tencent, TikTok. Let's talk about TikTok. TikTok is associated with company ByteDance, which is of a Chinese origin. They cannot really do away with any Chinese origin. It is a Chinese company. It will remain a Chinese company. It has its headquarters. It can say we have our headquarters in the US or here or there, but it will, at the core of itself, remain a Chinese company, a Chinese product. But PUBG is a South Korean product, and the Indian authorization, that is the PUBG Mobile and the PUBG Mobile Lite, was given to a Chinese company. So PUBG has that option of saying that, okay, we are no more associated with China or any Chinese company. Now you can take us in. So PUBG's case is much better than TikTok, because TikTok's parent company is a Chinese company, whereas PUBG's parent company is a South Korean company. So PUBG's case is much better, and there is a much bigger possibility that PUBG could be banned very soon.
What do you think, Ashish? Do you think the government will give a go-ahead and, help other streamers and also gamers who are dependent on PUBG? Especially now that, chicken dinner is a very widespread term that is used in PUBG. Do you think that the players will get chicken dinner anytime soon?
Well, if you're talking about streamers, if you're talking about the people who are making money, I don't think a lot of people actually rely on PUBG Mobile to make their money. Yes, a lot of streamers on YouTube probably do that, but a lot of serious players usually play the game on PC or on consoles where the game is still available. But we're talking about PUBG Mobile, a lot of small-time YouTubers and all of these people who organize games and competitions and all of that. Yes, it will be a relief for them. People who are already dependent on them. But actually, when you're talking about actual gamers, they don't just rely on a single game. PUBG is just another game that they're possibly good at. There are a lot of other games like COD, like Garena Fire, and all of these games. A lot of games are there into the picture. Yes, a lot of games are there into the picture which they can actually go ahead with. And Battle Royale, like I've been saying, is the most popular.
Right, Ashish, thank you for joining me with all those details. Well, that was my colleague Ashish Pari giving me his insights about what he thinks, whether the government would give a green signal for PUBG to restart operations while also stripping off the Chinese connection with the game maker. So it all remains in the hands of the government, and it is still not clear whether the government will give relief for all the streamers and gamers who are dependent on PUBG, and whether PUBG players will be able to get their chicken dinner anytime soon. So until the government gives any go ahead or any green signal or any update on this particular matter, please stay safe and also take care of your loved ones. With that, it's a wrap on this live interaction. Until next time, take care and stay safe.